Welcome, finally, to the last step of how to make a plastic bag out of plastic bags, as told by me. The handles. Now, as you can see, I got a little impatient in trying to get all the same kind of plastic bags. I just want this done so I can plow through these and move on to lots of other projects. Because I have to kind of slow things down when I'm doing this as a tutorial. And I want to make so many things. Anyways. So, I've got my bag to the height I want it to be. Realize here is the bottom, circular. Here's where I started working up. Is about the height I want it to be. Now, the key for doing the handles is... This is a Monday. For prosperity, know that this is a Monday. Okay. The thing is, I'm going to chain stitch several stitches because I want to cover a gap about big enough for my hand plus some. So that's going to be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I guess I'll connect on the 10th. Yeah, that's plenty big enough, especially for me. And I'm not just going to chain stitch 10 stitches. I want it to be a little more than that so it arcs up. It's going to be about 15, I think. All right. Now, when chaining these, you kind of got to be careful that you don't twist it around, because it's a pain in the butt when you have to come back around the other way. So that's 1, 2 chain, 3 chain, 4 chain, like when you do at the beginning at the circle, 5 chain, 6 chain, 7 chain, 8 chain, 9, 10, 11, 12, it'll even out in the end, 13, 14, 15. All right, now I'm going to go back to my base here. I'm going to count my 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to connect on 10 for this one. I'm going to try and be very careful. Keep your chain aligned, because you're going to have to go back over. It's supposed to kind of basically look like this chain here is just flowing up and down into this chain here. And I often find it easier to actually take the crochet hook out, straighten this up, so straighten it. Here's the chain I'm connecting to. Here is the end of the chain I just made for the handle. Put the hook through both of them. See, both. Loop it through that, through the established ground loop, and through the handle. All right, now I'm going to crochet around until I am at the equal point of where I started. Now look, see? Lots of space for my hand, or somebody else's hand too. Now the best way to figure out when I'm equidistant from here is just to fold it in half from this point. And this is where I'm going to start the next handle. And it's going to come to about here. And so it'll be parallel to that. Now, I'm just going to crochet around a bit until I get there. So this is where I connected, and I'm going to start crocheting in this loop. It's a Monday. There was a full moon this weekend. And the world has reset, it seems. More crochet, more crochet, more crochet. Nope, a few more stitches. Okay. Yeah, just check every once in a while until you get to the countdown. The final countdown. Alright, no copyright things going on here. Do not want that for my simple little tutorial. I would say 1, 2, 3, and then start chaining. Okay. 1, 2, 3, crunch. If you don't get the reference, it's really, really old Tootsie Roll Pop commercial. Older than I am, so. Okay. Now we're going to chain again 15 stitches. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's make that one a little bigger. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, now back down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 where we will connect. And I'm going to take this out. Make sure my strand is lined up nice and smooth. Now through the top of that, through the ground stitch. Loop it around, pull it through both. Aha! And now both my handles have been started. And I'm going to crochet until I get around to the other handle. Da-da-da. So, read any good books lately? Most of my studying, or most of my time going to reading to escape or study. Graduated, but now I gotta study for my certifications. Yay! Oh, that's nerve-wracking. Work all day, come home, study. Eek! Living the dream. I think. No, yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, okay. My arms, however, are getting sore because I'm actually sitting like 1.5 feet away from this basket as I'm recording in order to get it on, to have my phone on a surface that can record everything. Ow, my arms. Okay, I'm back. we're going to keep this centered. All right, now to get the really cool like arch, and so that it's not all, you're going to have to reduce the amount of stitches as you work around, because otherwise it's going to scrunch funny. So to reduce the stitches, you'll go through first the one stitch. You'll loop through once. Now you'll go through the other stitch. Now this is also where you start working through the chain hanging there, which is kind of weird. So basically you're going to try and go under it like you're going through a normal stitch, but there's just going to be that one little loop on the back. Now back to the decreasing. So you loop through, pull it through, and like you were doing a normal stitch where you would loop through and pull through the first two, you're just going to pull through all three of them. And you reduce the amount of stitches. Now we're going to go back more. I guess I could have thought it up, but you know what, there's going to be other chances, and there's also the decreasing on the other side. So now we got to get through this one. Both sides of the V. One loop down there. Loop around. Excuse me. Sorry, a little bit. Pull through. Wrap around. And through. And this is just going to go on for a bit, which will give you some practice watching. And you can listen to my rambling as I work this. And hopefully one of these very random angles that I seem to be holding this at is going to be the angle you need to see. Okay, you are going to probably get points where it wants to get all shrunk and pulled like that. Just pull on it a bit and you get some of the length back into the V. And if it gets a little weird where you're like, wait, is this part of this V or is it part of that V? It doesn't matter too much, because this whole section is going to be hidden. But usually it's whatever those, actually this is actually a pretty good time to show you. Okay, so this is kind of wonky, and this looks like it's really jagged, like, oh my goodness, those can't go together. Well, these can't go together any better, really. But you can definitely see these two coming out of where you just worked. So those two, this one, definitely go together. So that means this one and this one go together. So, go under here. Go in here. Loop through. Here. Yes, watch me struggle. Really, at this point, it's just kind of guesstimation. I'm trying to use the camera to see what I'm doing, because I mean, the whole point of this video is to show all you lovely people on internet land how to do this. And so, you know, I kind of got to make sure you guys can actually see what the heck I'm doing. The first row of this is really hard. Well, I mean, you know, compared to the rest of the bag. And then after that, it's easy. It's just like crocheting anything else. Well, anything else on the bag. It's all relative to itself. Self-relative. I feel like there's some kind of big buzzwords that I'm getting close to about some phrases or whatever, but I'm crocheting a plastic bag out of plastic bags. I'm not exactly making a thesis on linguistics here. There goes my backdrop. Excuse me a moment, people. It's just all part of the magic of YouTube vision. I would consider cutting it. Oh, no. Okay. Through again. Through again. Sometimes it's thick. That's why you really, I forgot to say it when I was doing the loops around, but you really want to make those kind of loose when you chain those stitches for the handle, because you got to put some extra work into stitching them. What am I even looking for? This is what I'm looking for. No, I don't want you. It's getting really tight. There. I think it's these two. Wait, where's at the bottom? I don't know anymore. I think it's these two. Like I said, it's not exact science. It just, you know, get it structurally sound. Alright. Oh, my arms are tired. The decreasing thing, but in reverse. So, you're just going to get this last floating stitch from the handle, loop around into here. Then again, the same thing with the grounded stitch. You're going to loop around and pull through. Now you're going to go back to crocheting like normal till you reach the other handle. I'm going to take a pause until I get to that point because my arms are really tired and this is kind of exhausting to do at this angle. So I'll see you there. If I see you there, I mean, I will see you once I have finished that first row with the other handle and we get started on the second row for the first handle, because the second handle is going to be the same thing as the first. I don't think you want to sit through all that again. Okay. So we are back at the base of the first handle. Look how much easier. Look, it's going to be so much easier to crochet. Once again, we are going to decrease in this little crevice here so that it's not all bendy and awkward. In. Oh, look how easy that is. And through. Now, for the rest of the handle. Da, da, da. At this point, it's pretty much you just keep going around until you reach the thickness that you would like. With this thicker plarn, I'm probably going to stick to just 2 rows. All I really need. Yeah, this is it. It's basically, it's just crocheting and you decrease at the corners. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to cut out again. Sorry, folks. And I will cut back when I get to the end and it's time to tie off, and I'll show you what I do. Yay! Okay. I'm going to show you how to finish it off once you get your bag as tall as you want with handles as thick as you want. See? Nice, thick, sturdy handles. Yeah. Okay. You don't have to end this at a loop. So it's okay if you cut it. We're going to cut it. Basically, you just need a nice long tail that you can work back in and tie up a good knot. So I'm just going to, here. So when I start a new bag with this, remember, because I do it in a loop, or I make a ring of it, it's okay if this end is open. Besides, that's how normal yarn works. We're done with this. Yay! Alright, so how I finish this off. I like to go into the next one, make a loop, and pull it immediately through the first. And then what I do next can vary, but usually I want to take it and I loop it, pull it back through that loop, and then pull it all the way through and tighten up the loop. That's not the end. I usually will go back through another loop, just singular this time, catch it again, pull it through, and tie it again for extra tight security. Now I have to work it back through, which means I am going to can I get this in focus at all? Oh, there we go. That's how. I have to run this tail that's left over through all loops so that it basically disappears. Because you can't really cut it right up here because any pressure and it will pull and come undone. Usually I like to, this is where a smaller crochet hook is helpful, but you might not have one, so I'm just going to show you with what you used. You don't want to have it go over too many gaps because then it can get caught on things. So just try to work it close to wherever it was. Pull through, find a section nearby, loop your hook under. Notice also I'm doing this on the inside where any wonkiness is not really going to be noticed, or less likely to be. Loop, pull it through. And you just keep doing that until the tail has basically disappeared. At that point, after that last little stitch, you can trim it if you want, but yeah, that's basically it. That is the gist of how you make plastic bags out of plastic bags. I should probably close on a better looking note than that. Ta-da! Okay, this is a really hard position to hold. Alright, good luck!